Okay, the Dolphins continue in our conversation here to be decimated by injuries. Miami got Rashad Jones back last week, but it appears they might be forced to play the Bears on Sunday without starting tackle Laramie Tunsil. What are Miami's options if Tunsil can't pass the NFL's concussion protocol?
So let me get this out here. Today is Wednesday. Tunsil practiced today. This is more than likely the non-contact portion of practice that he's allowed under the concussion protocol. You got to pass 3 baseline tests.
He's still in concussion protocol.
He's still in concussion protocol. He's got to practice today, go get his brain tested. Then when his brain says, hey, I'm not dealing with any concussion symptoms, I got no headaches, got no sensitivity to light, he goes out practice tomorrow. It'll be a contact day. He gets tested again after the contact day. And then if he passes that test, he can possibly play. I've seen it happen once in the last 3 years since they come up with the NFL concussion protocol. A guy not practice all week after his first week in concussion protocol, not practice, and actually play. And that was Mario Williams. Maybe he practiced today, so maybe that's a good sign.
And from a coaching standpoint in this, they're told when he's out of protocol.
Yes.
It's not like they get daily updates.
They're
going to say, we think he'll
plan.
play.
Yeah.
Right. No, and until he's completely out, he's out of picture as a coach. And so you have to plan without him, is I guess where I'm going. And Omar, take it over. Where do they go?
Right now, your options are, you got 2 options. You really got 3, but I don't think Juwan James favors that 3rd option. And to be honest with you, they're playing Khalil Mack, who lines up against the right tackle, just like Cameron Wake lines up against the right tackle. You're better off leaving Juwan where he is. But Sam Young, I like Sam Young.
So do I.
I respect Sam Young. St. Thomas Aquinas product. He's an established NFL veteran. He's a reserve right tackle. He is not a reserve left tackle. And if you're asking him to play left tackle, you're asking to get your butt whooped. And to me, it's got to be Zach Stirrup. He started the last game of the season last year. He was adequate. He wasn't great.
That's all you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Now?
And he's such a huge individual. He's the biggest player on the team, 6'8", 320 pounds. He's hard to get around. I just need somebody who's hard to get around because I don't even have any tight end help right now. I can't even help him with a tight end, which is, a nightmarish situation. But, hey, this is the NFL.
O'Leary played a lot last week, so they're obviously bumping him up here.
And he's been a contributor with the Buffalo Bills. So the fact that he doesn't know the offense, don't worry about it. Stay here and help Sam Young or Zach Stirrup.
All right, next question, Omar. John Sharfman wants to know, how did Charles Harris do against the Bengals in his start? I saw Joe Mixon's big run. Charles Harris didn't set the edge on.
Here's the thing about Charles Harris. There's nobody who will say a negative word about him inside the organization, which is unhealthy. Let's just start there, because I think nobody's above criticism. Same with Raekwon McMillan. Struggling. Nobody's going to say a negative word.
He had a good game last game.
Yes.
Raekwon McMillan did.
He's coming out of the shell. He's playing a little bit better, playing a little bit faster. These are the things that happens to a rookie. But keep in mind, this is Charles Harris's he played some last season, but this is really the only time they've called on him to start. And now, with Robert Quinn sidelined with an injury we don't know.
He missed practice on Wednesday.
He missed practice today. Cam Wake continues to miss practice. Maybe they get Andre Branch back, but Andre Branch missed practice. You're in a situation where, okay, now we're without William Hayes. We're without we're without Cam Wake. We're without Andre Branch. We're without Robert Quinn. You're on Charles Harris and 2 practice squad players. It's an unhealthy and uncomfortable situation.
I will say, the defense has been surprising to me.
They
how
deliver.
well they've played. Mm-hmm. And Minkah Fitzpatrick stepped in just like he's been there 5 years. Once in a while.
Even Jerome Baker's playing
Jerome
well.
Baker's stepping up now. Raekwon McMillan. The defense surprising, the offense surprising the other way is really the basis of the season. Okay, Solomon wants to know, what trades do the Dolphins need to make it to the playoffs? We're facing the Jets, Patriots, Bills, and Khalil Mack. This O-line is going to get bullied. We don't use the word bullied around the Dolphins, just so you know.
Pushed around, not bullied. Here's my problem with what you're saying. Trades. What trade? There's no trade you can make that's going to make this team good. Now, I will propose one trade that could maybe change the trajectory of the franchise. Le'Veon Bell He's out there on the market, not playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe you got to give up a third-round pick.
Do not do it.
Maybe you got to give up a third-round pick. But here's the thing. That's only a rental. It's not going to be impactful now. So, yeah, you're right.
It's a rental for a guy who all he's thinking about, and I understand why, is January when he's a free agent, right? He's not thinking of helping somebody.
But
that would be my fear and trade a third-round pick. Come on, seriously.
It doesn't make any sense, but maybe you can sell him because he trains down here in the offseason. I think he's been living down here during the offseason.
Well, he's been putting on Instagram. He's out on a Monday night at clubs and stuff like that.
I mean, that man's got to live, Dave. He's got to live. What you want to be at home training 24/7?
It just tells me he's not thinking football.
These guys are trying to live on a Tuesday night, too.
All right. From Rich, how much of the Dolphins' problem are roster versus coaching?
You know, if you look at what their problems are, let's just clarify what their problems are. Number one in my mind, they can't protect their quarterback right now, especially with the Laramie Tunsil sideline. Hopefully that problem gets fixed. Number two, third down struggles. If you look at this team, yeah, the offense is piss poor. It's erratic. It's inconsistent. It's anemic. You could use whatever you want to use to describe the offense, but what's the root of that? Get to the root of it. Get to the root of the problem.
Talent is that's my root. So this question, is it coaching or roster? It's the roster. Look at again, I go back to, we talked about who's the star on, who do you go to? Who's the guy?
Supposed to be Devontae Parker. The problem is he's sidelined with a quadriceps
He's
injury.
A ghost.
It's supposed to be Devontae Parker. That makes me feel like, hey, it's talent. I mean, it's the roster. And it's the people who put the roster together. Because I'll give you a situation. Yeah, I don't like the fact that Bobby McCain is sidelined by a knee injury, but you need somebody else to step up. Torrey McTyer, Cordrea Tankersley. What happened? Are you good enough at that position? Do you have enough talent to survive some of these injuries? And you don't. Your tight end situation, yeah, nobody expected you to lose 2 tight ends, but you did draft one that could block. Why isn't he on the field in Durham Schmite? And you know who Mike Gesicki is. That's a coaching situation. You got to get him to the point where you can coach him up to be adequate on the line of scrimmage, where he's not a liability. And that's a challenge, but that's on coaching. But you, as the executives, you drafted 2 tight ends. How come you have none on the field that can help you now?
Why don't you have a quarterback behind the quarterback?
Hey, they got Brock Osweiler.
All right. Chris Uwazi, I just butchered your name, and I'm sorry, Chris, asked, do the Dolphins feel Jarvis Landry's absence when Parker's a no-go?
Ooh, that's a good one right there. I don't know if this so much has to do with Devontae Parker, but you brought up the issue of playmakers. Where are the playmakers? Where are the elite talents? Well, Jarvis Landry was an elite talent. He was a playmaker. He was a Pro Bowler. You got good receptions, good third down conversions, even end zone performances with the touchdowns. So far with the Browns, 29 receptions, 381 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now, I will say to you, I don't want that for $14.5 million. I can use my $14.5 million to get Danny Amendola and Albert Wilson to give me 33 receptions, 355 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Same idea.
You're using the same money.
Well,
and you're getting the same level of production. Which one does it make you better?
Well, I tell you what, when the Steelers and Patriots let people go, they got somebody behind them. All right? Their roster,
Hey, Jakeem Grant's here.
Who?
Jakeem Grant's here.
I like Jakeem Grant.
Exciting
He's got 2 touchdowns this year on special teams, right?
2 touchdowns on special teams. He scored on offense, too.
He is producing. But, and I wouldn't have paid Jarvis Landry that money for a slot receiver. But I think I can thread the needle between saying I wouldn't pay him and do they miss him? Yeah, they miss him. You're going to miss a talent like that, and you better make good personnel decisions or have developed players to take their spot.
Leonte Carew not doing it for you? I'm just asking. Like,
Devontae Parker is the
hope.
He's not the hope anymore.
You know who's going to save the season? Devontae Parker. Do you trust that?
Do you trust? How can you trust it? How can you trust what you don't see?
Yeah, you got a point.
And that's ultimately the problem with Devontae Parker. Now, there were rumors. Mike Lombardi reported that he was on the trading block. And I believe they did talk to teams about trading him. And I know the Dolphins are denying.
No.
Just like they denied we're not going to get rid of Ndamukong Suh. We're going to re-sign Jarvis Landry. So there's a track record here. Okay?
Yeah.
And so now, would it be smart to trade Parker? What are they going to get for him?
Exactly. Let's be real about this.
I'm with you on
Versus what he can contribute to what he,
I think
to what you'll get back for him. Do you think a 6th-round pick is worth what Devontae Parker can give you right now for the rest of the season?
Well, it'd be a Jordan Phillips decision. You're thinking we're making a statement to move on from this guy. We're tired of him. What's going on here? We don't like it.
So you would say if they move Devontae Parker, it is a statement move.
It would be a statement. We're tired of this guy. We're tired. Either we think he can play and he's not hurt, and I'm not getting into that because injuries are the great unknown from a media standpoint, okay? But it would be a statement about Devontae Parker more than, oh boy, we can get something for him, because they're going to get nothing for him, right?
Here's the thing. He's on the hook for $9+ million next year and a 5th-year option. You picking it up?
No.
Why not?
Oh, I think it's obvious. What's he giving you this year? What's he giving you in his career? Everything is just enough flash to say there's something there. And I agree there's something there, but you got to get on the field. You got to get on the field.
Is what you're saying. Interesting take from Dave Hyde, who will soon be a Hall of Fame member. Dave, did you ever see yourself in the Hall of Fame?
Wasn't one of my career goals, but...
Now I have a new career goal, Dave. Dave Hyde is going in the Broward Sports Hall of Fame later this month. Congratulations on that honor.
Thanks, Omar.
I
appreciate it. It is humbling, and I'm very appreciative. I'm also kind of embarrassed that you're bringing it up here on X's and Omar.
I'm just letting you know, you have provided me new career goals, Dave.
Well, that's good.
Think about it. I never thought in my days that I could be a Hall of Famer.
You can do it.
Now I can do it.
You know what? All you have to do, just get old in this chair. Just get old and keep doing that passionate job you do. You'll be in the Hall of Fame.